Hello teachers, I am happy to share with you an interesting topic, skill of questioning. Why do we question? We have already seen the questioning skill in different sessions under varied dimensions. You are all familiar with how to construct a good question and what are the patterns of questioning and the skill of questioning. See, as a part of this program in language, subject English, that particularly upper primary, we have designed few type of questions apart from the regular traditional one. You are all very much familiar with Bloom's taxonomy of classification. According to Benjamin Bloom, the instructional objectives have been classified into cognitive, affective and psychomotor. The cognitive domain categorizes knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. So far, we are all very much interested and given importance in recall recognition type of questions, knowledge oriented questions. So, it is an attempt now to shift from this aspect to the aspects of dimensions in questioning skills. See, questions are of variety. There are many type of questions. As we are in a competitive world, we are faced to many situations in which we have to think differently. In this competitive world, the students suffer a lot because they are not exposed to such a situation. So, it is necessary for us as a teacher, we have to kindle in their minds the spirit of creativity, critical thinking and aspects like logical reasoning. Because in this level of age, they can be easily molded. So when they are about to face the exams like National Assessment Surveys or DAS, SLAS or NMMS and NTSC type of questions or any competitive examinations that is to be held, they have to face it in a challenging way. So the regular classroom should accompany with number of different type of questions. Let us look one by one because before itself I have introduced you many different categories of questions. So just with an example taken from English subject, we are going to concentrate on the type of questions. Why should the learner question? Being a learner, they can be different in speed of learning or quick observing. In the same manner, we have the classifications as fast learner, medium learner, slow bloomers, and so the reflection changes accordingly. Questioning is not only a skill to be learned, but also the backbone in the teaching learning process. The need of questioning. Primarily, the presenter needs to value the various levels of observation under the reconstruction of the process. For active learning situation, we value and validate the presentation for the wholesome purpose of dining. The impact of questioning should be a security or a tool that can be used for designing the teaching learning process. The success depends on the construction by the measures of the scrutiny. A productive classroom situation is effective in teaching. We are now going to see a few types of skill of questioning followingly. The first type is a creative question. See, creative question is an inventive thought process which results in surprising conclusions and new ways of doing. This includes analysis, open-mindedness, problem solving, organization and communication. For example, when you ask a child to pretend that you are a hill and enumerate your imagination of hill in spring. ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டை ஹில் மாதிரி உருவகப்படுத்திட்டு இமேஜின் பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க ஸ்ப்ரிங் சீசனில் ஒரு ஹில் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ திஸ் கொஸ்டின் ஜஸ்ட் they trigger their creativity. Next question, imagine you are a river and dramatize the way you travel. Next, I'll read out the passage. I opened my mouth to make some explanation, but before I could say anything, the woman replied, "Yes, I am Arun's mother." I was unable to speak a word. I looked quickly at the woman, but she did not appear to be at all embarrassed and was smiling at Satish's mother. Imagine the feel underlined and pick the word from below. Here the word embarrassed is underlined and given in bold. So the child has to read the passage and take the feel of the poet, appreciate the poem and answer the question. What is the question? Just you have to imagine the feel of the underlined word and pick the word given below, whether it is a pride or an ashamed, proud or limbering. Next category is a probing question. These questions are useful for gaining clarification and encouraging others to tell you more information about a subject. Probing questions are usually a search of questions, that is, you are digging up more and more of information by series of questioning. For example, when you need to, what is the time taken given for completing the project, or is it the time necessarily given this much, tells you more of the information, or it gives providing misunderstandings or seeking further information. In this type of question, the teacher should give a clue or a hint, or she must refocus the question or redirect the question in order to seek further information. So these type of questions are called as probing question. One particular example is given as a fill in the blank here. We gather information for making dash wide. Either it is a worldwide, knowledge wide, content wide or memory wide. So here a clue should be given to the student to answer this particular type of question. Another example for this category, Indian soldiers were much braver against the Pulwama attack over Indian territory. Substitute an equivalent word for the underlined word and it is given in bold letters, bravery. Either the option A, bold, dare, fair, or the option B, courage, valor, gallant. Option C, faith, strong, fortitude, and option D, endure, resolve, fearless. Here the teacher should give a clue or a hint for the word bravery and then she must ask the student to read the passage again. Then after seeking further informations, the student will try to pick the right choice from the given options. Next category of question is funneling type. As with a funnel, these questions begin broadly before narrowing to a specific point or vice versa. The reverse, beginning with a broad question before honing in on something specific, is often used when questioning witnesses to gain maximum amount of information about a person or a situation. So you have to here imagine a funnel. Funnel eppadi mela broad ah irundu appro narrow agudho adhe madri oru broader area la irundu narrow down pannanom. Example of this type of category, just I will read a poem line, just listen to it. Against the hot season, the mild forest brake, rich with a sparkling of fair musk-rose blooms, an endless foundation of immortal drink, pouring unto its from the heavens brink. Observe the series of images that the poet referred to. Option A, cold, plant, hills, river. Option B, hot, rose, pond, slope. Option C, musk, drink, immortal land, hot forest. Option D, dark, spirit, dreams, moon, lily. So after reading the paragraph, they have to get the broad area, then they have to narrow down by answering the question, observing the series of images that the poet here referred to. Apart from painting, another example for this category, apart from painting, Ajay is also very actively involved in the dash of people with hearing impairment in India, has been the dash member of the Deaf and Dumb Association in Rajasthan. He also gives free training to hearing dash children in Jaipur. One of Ajay's current goals is to revitalize the dying art of traditional dash Indian paintings. Here the student should read the paragraph given and should exactly take the option by choosing it from the given options and just they have to give the correct option to suit the above blank. For this, they have to get the whole structure, the funnel question first categorized to deriving the broader area. So they have to just read the paragraph, get the essence of it and then they have to go down to fill in the options. Loaded questions. Loaded questions or seemingly straightforward questions called as closed questions. With a twist, they contain an assumption about the respondent discovering facts about someone who would otherwise be reluctant to offer up the information. Example, some would say that price of gas is rising because of or due to corporate greed. See here two words A and B, because of and due to is given. You have to give a word A within the bracket after the letter because of, and the letter B should be given after the word due to. So A is because of, B is due to. So this sentence is, some would say that the price of gas is rising, A, B, corporate greed. So next question is, the meeting started 30 minutes late. It is either because of or due to late delivery of biscuits. Next question, our late arrival was because of or due to the heavy traffic. Here the child has to pick up either the word because of or due to. So option may be given as A, or B, or A, or B. So they have to first identify what is A, what is B, and where the letter A should be fixed after reading the sentence. Here it is called as a loaded question. Next example of this category is, say that served you well every I must have. This is the first sentence. Next, you say I must have well that served every. Third one, I must say that you have served every well. Fourth one, must have every served you say that well. See, discover the correct statement from the options, whether it is 4 or 1 or 2 or 3. Here the words are jumbled. The student should pick the correct sequence by reading the format in a correct pattern. So this is a loaded question type. Next category is clause test, CLOZT. A clause test is a deduction test or an occlusion test. It is an exercise, an assessment consisting of a portion of language with certain items, words or signs removed. The participant is asked to replace the missing language item or a test consisting of a piece of text with words missing that you have to fill in. ஒரு paragraph கொடுத்துடுறோம், அந்த paragraphல purposeஆ சில words எடுத்துட்டு blank போட்டுட்டு அந்த blank மேலே numbers fix பண்ணிடுறோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த paragraphை படிச்சுட்டு அவங்க அந்த நம்பரில் என்னென்ன வேர்ட்ஸை போட்டால் அப்ராப்ரியேட்டாக மீனிங் அந்த paragraphல பொருந்தும் அப்படின்னு பண்ணுறது தான். இதுக்கு வந்து காம்போசிஷன் வைஸ் நம்ம அந்த காம்ப்ரிஹெண்டிங் ஸ்கில்லும் நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட இருந்து. ஒரு இன்னோவேட்டிவாக இருக்கும். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், Jim Corbett dash, you put a number 1 over the dash. A key role in establishing India's first national park in Common Hills, the Hailey National Park in Uttarakhand, India. It was initially another dash, you put a number 2 in the above the blank. After Lord Malcolm Hailey, Jim Corbett dash, you put a number 3 above the blank on 19th April 1955. The park was renamed in 1957 as the Jim Corbett National Park. It was again a dash, you put a number 4 over the dash after him to honor his role in establishing the protected area in 1930. So this paragraph should be read and it should be supplemented with the appropriate words from the given options. You can frame the options and give. So the student should read the paragraph and select the appropriate word so that the passage becomes meaningful. This type of test is called as clause test, CLOZT. Clause test, giving number above the blank and asking the student to supply a suitable word to fill the blank and give the complete meaning of the text. So far we have seen so many question items for subject English. Examples from loaded questions, funneling questions and clause test, and the para jumbling type of questions is also given. Some examples from probing questions and some from creative aspects. So as a teacher, apart from our regular streaming of giving questions in a regular pattern, we can go with this innovation so that we can make them very confident and bold. Being a language teacher, we could be proud to be more creative in aspects of questioning. Analyzing is not new for us, making classroom more creative, productive, which paves the way of newer innovative thoughts that can be easier for us. The necessity is to apply all these in our classroom to make learning more lively for the learners. With this, I am concluding my session on questioning skill in English. Thank you, teachers.